You want to know words that would describe my life? I would just say fun, crazy, and out of control. Wilding out. Partying, skateboarding, went to all different countries. Surfing, snowboarding, Tonga, Fiji, met with the king of Fiji. Working with a lot of different bands, slept with girls. Got introduced to cocaine, started shooting heroin. A lot of girls from the Deftones, the Limp Bizkit, sex addiction, acid and Hawaiian mushrooms. Every girl was out to burn me, 50,000 watts of sound system. Used them like pieces of meat for 8 hours straight. She said, I love you, I want to be with you, but I'm gonna get an abortion. I was losing friends that were dying, putting ecstasy, heroin, and coke in syringes and shooting it while smoking crack. High school's when it all started. One of my friends introduced me to the rave scene around that time in 1990. To go to like a rave, you'd have to call a number at 12 o'clock at night. Then they give you directions to a map point. So you drive out, drive out in the middle of, somewhere in LA, just at a shop or somewhere. You show up on the corner of the street. You pay $5 to $20, depending on the thing. Then they give you a little piece of paper like a fortune cookie with the directions to the place, which led you to Compton. You show up in Compton or Watts in the ghetto of ghettos, like straight like neighborhoods where you can get killed. Then after high school is when it started getting more of a habit, where it just turned into a routine. Where that's just what I did. That's just what I did. I just partied. When I started my new job, that's, when everything took off, and we were working with a lot of big name people, so a lot of opportunities open for Playboy Mansion parties. The vivid point, a lot of girls and the drugs, nothing gets me off anymore. I was empty, it's just nothing made me happy. I don't know. When I got to high school, got introduced to cocaine. It was more experimental at that time in high school, but then after high school is when it started getting more of a habit, where it just turned into a routine, where that's just what I did. I had a couple friends that actually went mentally insane. A couple guys are schizo, one guy jumped off a cliff on LSD and killed himself, another guy jumped in front of a train. It's just like, I'm lucky I'm alive. But the same, I just realized I gotta change my life. I went to my hotel room, and I was by myself for the first time, and sober for the first time in at least a month and a half to 2 months. And I was in Panama City at the Sheraton Hotel, and I just remember going, Jesus, if you're real, I need you to prove that you're real to me. And I remember this prayer my dad would say, just say, Jesus, forgive me for my sins, come into my life, and fill me with your Holy Spirit. And I said that prayer. I said, prove that you're real to me, because I see religion around me. I see my parents and these Christians, and I don't relate to them. And I remember going, what can I do now? I said, I need to read the Bible, right? And I start looking through the Panama drawers. There has to be a Bible in the hotel room. They have Bibles all over the world. I'd always see them. And I'd always be like, I open it up, there's a blue Bible there. It's a Gideon Bible, pull it out. I'd start reading it. I was waiting for this supernatural experience. I've taken a lot of drugs, I've seen a lot of stuff, and I thought that God was gonna show up in his heavenly glory with angels and whatnot, but that didn't happen. So I got the Bible, I stole it from the hotel, I put it in my backpack, got on the plane, and I was surrounded by all the skate team, and they were looking at me, and they must have been tripping, because they're like, this guy he lives his life like a pirate. And I just remember looking at him saying, you know what? If God's real, I'm gonna find him, because he's in this book. This is God's word. So I just read that Bible, that Gideon Bible, for 6 hours straight, all the way to LAX. And I remember I landed, and I just had peace in my life for the first time in my life, I think. I just felt peace. The next morning I wake up, I hear this song singing through my head. I remember just getting up out of my bed, I opened my eyes, and I hear the song singing, this is the day the Lord has made, I will rejoice and be glad in him. And it kept repeating over and over. It's just like this little song. And he said, Ryan, that's the Holy Spirit, and God is calling you, and he has a plan for your life. And at that point, I knew that God was real.